Hi! Do you want to learn how to paint? Because I can teach you, and I will, right now. First we have a white canvas. This is it. But we don't want it to be white. What I usually do is make it orange or kind of a browny, earthy kind of tone. Lots of water, it doesn't have to be all even. Just make sure the whole thing is covered. Almost there. There! So for this I use this brush, just an old one, thing, bigger, look. Now we're gonna have to wait for it to dry. So it's not dry yet. What you can do is use a blow dryer or a hair dryer to to speed up the process of drying. If you have a hair dryer, which I don't, which would be great. So there it is. It's dry now. And what are we going to be painting today? A fried egg. That's right. Just from a picture, that's fine. I'm going to put it up here. I have some elephant tape. It's called elephant tape because it has elephants on it. It's not for taping elephants or something. There we go. There's a few things we need to know. In acrylic paint we're going to be painting in layers. So we're going to start out dark and then move up towards the light in several layers. And I'm going to show you right now how that works. So what we want to do is see which one is kind of the darkest spot in this area. I think it's over here. This will be the lightest. This is the darkest. So we're going to try to make this color. So you might be wondering why I'm wearing a different shirt. It's because I got paint on my good shirt. Yes, that was my good shirt. Why am I going to paint in my good shirt, you think? I don't know. Usually it doesn't happen. But if you want to save your clothes, wear something old. Probably a good idea. Okay, so I have my color. It's kind of darkish, brownish, a little bit. This is obviously a very specific shape right there. So we're going to start with that one. What I'm not going to do is try to draw a circle. This is painting, so I'm going to make the shape of this. Add some water. Definitely doesn't have to be all even. Somewhere here the orange comes shining through. There you go. It's kind of a round shape. It doesn't have sharp edges yet or anything. We just build up the shape like that. And now we wait for it to dry again. Okay, so we're going to make a lighter color than the dark color. It doesn't necessarily have to be exactly right straight away. What you do is you try it out. The whole thing is just experimenting all the time, actually. I'm just going to see what happens. I guess I like it. Keep it loose, keep it loose. Very important. So now you see already a little bit of difference in coloration. So this is kind of lighter than that. Try to get it to dry in the meantime between every layer. Okay, and yet another even lighter layer. There we go. So this layer is going to be a smaller area than the previous one. There. Let it dry again, and then we add another layer that's even lighter than that. And that way, slowly, it's going to seem like a gradient going from darker to light. Obviously, there's also a lot of white going on, so we're going to do something with that. Didn't go for full white because it's just better to not do that. This is important, an interesting thing to learn. You see all these edges here are kind of like raggedy edges. And just to make the surrounding of the whiteness, we can also kind of shape these, make these into a better shape. But when I go like this, I can make that area actually round. It's kind of like you cut off some of the edges. Sometimes it's good to add maybe just a little different color to what you're doing. Maybe it's a little bit darker underneath the thing. So I'm just kind of do it randomly, a little bit more white here, a little bit less white over there. And then soon we can go back to the yolk in the middle. Maybe I'll add some more white here. So we want more light up here. It's kind of dark down here, so this needs to be more light. So I added some more yellow. And it's always just trying out. I'm not sure if it's going to be the right color, if I like it, but I'm just going to do it. If it's not good, we'll go over it later on. Yeah, that's starting to get somewhere. All right, so it obviously needs more light up top. If you look at that and this, I'm going to add more yellow. Again, what I'm exactly mixing, you have to kind of figure it out for yourself also. Just make something that's lighter than the layer below it. So that's pretty light. Try to keep it loose, all your brush strokes. That's pretty good. And now we're kind of getting the idea of a sphere shape. But now I think there's a little bit too big of a difference between that lighter part and this darker part. I'm going to make something that's kind of in between. Maybe that needs to be tied together a little bit. I think you'll agree, it looks like a gradient. It's dark here, it's a lot lighter over there, and there's everything in between. The basic principle is you start dark and you work up towards the light, but then later on you can kind of go back into other layers. I will explain that some other time. One thing that's important, you see these little white specks of light, they will really make it look like moist. Okay, so take some real white, unmixed. So there it is. Looks like a fried egg to me. I'm gonna eat it. I'm gonna eat it.